Alright, what's going on guys? Gino checking back in for another video today, and today I want to go over my 8-year body transformation. Now, quick disclaimer, I haven't been lifting for the full 8 years yet. That is until like a couple of months, but I started going to the gym at the age of 15 and I'm now 23, so making it a 7-year body transformation video while the age will say 15 to 23 will look kind of weird. So anyway, without me rambling on, let's get to the first time that I ever stepped into the gym. Now, like I said, I was 15 years old when I started going to the gym, and before that I was already pretty overweight for a couple of years. Now when I grew up, when I was very young, I always used to be a kind of like slim kid. I wasn't like really skinny, but I had a very average build, and the reason that I gained weight in the first place and got pretty overweight was the fact that when I was 5, my grandfather passed away, and when I was 6, my dad passed away, and that kind of only started to hit me when I was a little bit older, at like I'd say the like age 10 to 11, and I started eating a little bit more, searching more comfort from food, besides the fact that I obviously just really like eating, but you know, it kind of played a big role in that as well. I was staying inside of the house a lot. Pretty much all that I did was I go to school, I came back home, and then I started well, eating, playing video games, and I pretty much didn't go outside that much. And I think the biggest reason to me getting pretty overweight and fat was that I didn't move around a lot and I ate a lot. And you know, as I know now, I was probably perma bulk mode. Let's just put it at that. And throughout that time, I went through a pretty rough period in my life at a pretty young age, and that was the biggest reason that I gained all of that weight. When I was age 15, I decided to, you know, it was time to make a change. I had to start going to the gym. I had to lose this weight because I was feeling very insecure, and that actually played a huge role in the coming years after that. So I'll get back to that later on in this video, but I was very overweight, insecure, and it was time to do something. I was already planning to go to the gym for a couple of months now, together with my uncle and my neighbor, who I used to hang out with a lot, and I just decided to screw it, let's just go to the gym. It was freaking petrifying, to be honest, because I saw all these buff dudes and I was there like, you know, what the hell am I even doing here? But anyway, I just stuck to it, and I actually got a lot of fun from it as well. But I didn't really see a lot of change until my neighbor asked me to go on a run with him, and I said, yeah, of course, why not? Let's do it. And I did that for a couple of times until I actually stepped on the scale for some like magical reason, and I saw that I already lost like 2 to 3 kilograms, and I was like, alright, it's game time. And that kind of suddenly like flipped the switch for me. And besides the fact that I already went to the gym, this was the point where I actually started to go freaking all in, right? I saw the results. I knew that the things that I was doing at the time were actually starting to work, so I just decided, screw it, I'm going to be doing everything, whatever it takes to get to the results that I want. So that was at the age of 15. Now let's fast forward a year later, and throughout my weight loss journey, I lost around 25 kilograms. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's around 55 pounds. And it was at this precise moment that I had to actually start going on a bulk, because I was actually looking very skinny. That was the, you know, the main feedback that I got back from my environment. There were a lot of supportive people, but there were also a lot of people that said, you know, you're looking a little bit skinny. And as you can see right here, that was actually the case. I was very scared of the idea of gaining weight again. Keep in mind, I was fat for a pretty large part of my childhood, and for me to consciously gain weight back again, that was a very scary thought. But I luckily came across the concept of a lean bulk, which pretty much, you know, in case you guys aren't aware of that already, it's a concept where you slightly increase your caloric intake to like 100 to 300 calories above your maintenance in order to gain lean muscle mass and minimize the fat gain. So I was very lucky to stumble across that concept, and once I started to go on that lean bulking phase, I made a lot of progress. You know, while I just said that I was petrified to gain all of that weight back, I gained around 20 kilograms or 22 kilograms in a matter of like 6 months, and my body fat creeped up a lot during that time period. And the main reason for that was once I actually started to allow myself to eat more food after dieting down for like pretty close to like 3/4 of a year or something, I kind of let myself go. I was adding like garlic sauce to my pizzas and you know, you get the picture. Like I was eating good. I wasn't eating like dramatically much, but it was quite a good amount of food. Especially considering that I had to ride my bicycle to school, I had to eat close to 3,600 calories up to 3,800 calories. So at that time, I believe this is like at the beginning of 2014, I decided, okay, it's time to do another cutting phase. So I did that, and this was probably the first ever true successful cutting phase. And disregarding the fact that I didn't have that much muscle mass on my frame yet, I looked pretty good. I went from like 90 kilograms all the way back to I believe 76.9 kilograms if I'm not mistaken, in a matter of 16 weeks, and I got pretty damn shredded again. Now during all of this time I did a lot of research on what I actually had to do in order to make adequate and effective progress. So I was searching numerous articles, watching hours upon hours of informative YouTube videos, following a lot of people that were knowledgeable in this field, and throughout this period I learned a lot. It was actually in this point of time that I had to choose what I wanted to study in college, and pretty much the only thing that I was truly passionate about was lifting, bodybuilding, fitness, the whole concept of exercising, and as it turns out, helping others. While I was making all of this progress, a lot of people in my environment came up to me asking for advice, and when someone took my advice and actually did something with it and got good results, that was something that truly sparked a fire inside of me, and I then chose to study in this line of work, and ever since then I've got my degree and I've been working in the fitness industry, doing personal training, doing online coaching, helping others. It's something that I'm truly passionate about. So anyway, back to the transformation. So I believe this was around 2015. I've just been going through bulking and cutting cycles ever since then, and mostly focusing on keeping myself in a caloric surplus. And that's pretty interesting considering the fact that when I needed to go on my first bulk, I was petrified at the idea. But once you come to realize that bulking is an investment in your physique, you will understand that it's necessary in order to make improvements year by year. Because if you're constantly in a deficit, you will not be making a lot of progress. Of course, you will look shredded pretty much the entire year, but is that really healthy? Because I went through numerous amounts of periods where I was so focused on trying to stay shredded or get shredded that it was actually messing up my hormones at a pretty young age. And ever since I started to realize that and actually understand why all of that happened, I kept myself in a surplus for a long period of time. Even during summer, I was investing in my physique. I wanted to improve my physique year by year. Now a lot of people in my environment always pushed me to start making a transformation video, because this is pretty humbling, but a lot of people in my environment were motivated by my transformation, so they were constantly pushing me to make YouTube videos. And I just decided, even though that I was still very insecure at this point, because I was constantly busy thinking about what others would think of me making pictures for Instagram, making YouTube videos and so forth. So I just decided to think like, screw it, I'm going to be making a YouTube video. I was always very passionate about making YouTube videos, even during the time that I was playing a lot of video games. I was always busy with making YouTube videos. So then I thought, you know, why not do it with the #1 thing that I'm most passionate about? So as each year passed by, I got more and more into bodybuilding. You know, it started out as just something to improve my physique with, but I was getting more and more truly interested in bodybuilding. And when 2017 came around, I got a lot of questions on whether I was getting on stage or not, or when I was going to step on stage. And I always kind of like put it off for later, because I was, you know, 21 at the time or something, and I always thought that I was too young, not big enough, not lean enough, and so forth. You know, that kind of like spiral that you get into when you think about getting on stage. You see all of these big dudes, these shredded dudes, and you'll pretty much always think, when you haven't actually decided to do it yet, that you're not ready. So I was just continuing to bulk throughout 2017. And 2018 came around, and there was a point in time that I actually got this question, and I'm not kidding, like 15 to 20 times in 1 month. And then I just decided, like, it's time to go next level. It's time to challenge myself. And I decided that 2019 would be the year that I'm going to be stepping on stage. I'm going to be doing a bodybuilding show. So I was doing a lot of research, like, what kind of shows are there, what do I have to do to apply for a show, do I need a coach, how long do I need to prep for, and I decided to do this all on my own. So I just did the research that I needed to do. I applied for the show, which was the INBA Natural Bodybuilding Federation, and I applied myself to the junior bodybuilding class. Now this was a class that was open from 18 to 23 years old. I was 22 years old at the time, so I thought, why not just go for the junior class? And this has been the most motivating time in my entire life. This experience, going through a competition prep and really pushing my body to the limit, has made me truly see and realize what hard work actually is. And luckily it paid off, because I got first place in my class. As I said, I learned a lot, and getting the support from my environment, my family, my friends, my lovely girlfriend, who stuck with me throughout this 16 to 20 week prep. It's been an amazing experience. It made me understand my body a lot more, and the human body in general, all of the process that go through it, and that has helped me to coach my clients a lot better as well. So that was in April of 2019. Then I went through a period where I consciously / unconsciously gained a lot of body fat, because I wanted to get my hormones back to normal levels. Since when you go to single digit body fat levels, I'm talking 5 to 6%, your face will look pretty skinny, and your body will create a lot of negative hormonal adaptations, since you're pushing your body to levels that it doesn't want to be pushed at. So in order to reset everything and get everything back to normal and healthy levels, I went through the recovery diet, which means that you will eat above your caloric maintenance straight away from out your competition prep, and I gained back 10 kilograms in a matter of 4 months. I was totally not satisfied with my body at this point in time, since this was the first time that I actually consciously gained body fat again. Now keep in mind, this is a key word, because there's a difference between consciously putting yourself in a caloric surplus and consciously gaining body fat. So after 4 months I decided again, screw it, it's time for another cutting phase, and this actually brings us to the point right now where I'm finally getting back to aesthetically pleasing body fat levels in terms of my own standards, and I'm able to make more progress again. So this is my full 8-year body transformation. I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed the video and got anything from it. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button, because it truly helps out the channel grow. Comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and turn post notifications on for so much more content coming really soon. I'm out, guys, and peace out. See you in the next one.